Hi, I'm Courtney from Leafreport, and I am here at the Medical Marijuana Inc. offices in San Diego. And here with me is Dr. Stuart Titus.
Hi, I'm Stuart Titus, President, Chief Executive Officer of Medical Marijuana Incorporated. And Courtney, it's a great pleasure to be with you today.
Very nice to be with you too, Stuart.
Well, certainly it's exciting for you all to be at our offices. We look forward to a nice day and hopefully getting some good information to you and your followers.
And we look forward to it as well. Now, would you like to tell us a little bit about your company's history and values?
Certainly, Courtney. Our company was founded back in March of 2009 as America's first publicly traded company in the industrial hemp medical cannabis space. We've had a great run ever since. In March of 2011, a new group that came in and bought the company from its founders and had been researching hemp and CBD for 4 years prior. We brought the first hemp-based nutraceutical or nutritional supplement form of CBD to U.S. and world markets going back to the spring of the year 2012. It's been a tremendous run ever since. In April of 2014, we legalized our products in the country of Brazil, only available by doctor prescription for the treatment of refractory epilepsy. We also legalized our products in the country of Mexico in February of 2016, where we had to develop a fully THC-free form of CBD. Very shortly thereafter, it was very interesting to see the World Anti-Doping Agency, the professional organization that regulates professional sport and Olympic competition, approved CBD's use for sport athletes to be able to use this during competition as long as it doesn't contain THC. So that's certainly been quite exciting. We've had many other great firsts. World Health Organization that we were able to present in November of 2017. I personally presented at the U.S. FDA meeting on cannabis and CBD in May of last year, 2019. Our company's products are listed in the Physician's Desk reference as the only company to list a cannabis-based product there. So certainly we've had some great things happen to us over the course of history.
Yeah, wow. Congratulations on all your progress and successes.
Well, it's been fabulous to see the tremendous international expansion. Particularly one of our divisions, Canaway, has done a great job moving into the European markets, now currently in Asia. Our HempMeds Brazil, obviously, is a great organization now with 6 years of history in the country of Brazil. And certainly we're looking forward to expanding people's access around the globe to really be able to use CBD. And of course, for some, when they're sick and have medical need, there is now a FDA-approved version of CBD that's, of course, available by doctor prescription. But we really believe, and our core values really represent CBD's use as a dietary supplement. You don't need to be sick. You don't need to be a patient. You don't need to have a doctor's prescription to take advantage of the health and wellness benefits of hemp and CBD.
Great, thank you. Now, tell us about your charitable outreach.
Well, we couldn't be more proud of our ECHO Connection, as we call it, ECHO, Education, Collaboration, and Hope Foundation. And ECHO has been started a few years back. It's grown tremendously. We basically offer product to families who have need for this with their children, but would not normally be able to afford product. And they can apply at the echoconnection.org website for assistance. And we're now servicing several hundred families, which is just great because these families wouldn't necessarily be able to afford CBD at today's current prices, but nonetheless have seen great benefit by using CBD products. And we now have a wonderful program where people can contribute and allow these families to be able to get the benefits of hemp and CBD without necessarily them having to pay out of pocket for the cost of the product. So again, echoconnection.org is the website, and there's a nice application form there for those people so interested.
Tell us about what makes each brand unique.
Certainly. Our HempMeds line was our original product line, which really launched the first nutraceutical hemp CBD products on U.S. and world markets. And HempMeds has real scientific hemp oil, which we have 3 of our original versions here in an oral applicator. These are very highly concentrated forms of CBD, 3 different forms. Your green, which is the raw juice of the extract from the hemp plant itself, which contains your CBD in an acid form, technically called cannabidiolic acid. Our blue form then decarboxylates. They're green, just a light heating process, changes the more acid form over to a more active form. And finally, our gold product is actually a slight filtered version of our blue, and this allows us to concentrate the CBD as high as 24%. HempMeds has a nice skincare, personal care line, as well as wonderful topical application salves. So these are great for areas of discomfort, etc. A nice roll-on product as well. HempMeds also has liquid forms where the CBD is then diluted with a MCT oil, like a coconut oil. This is a medium chain triglyceride oil, so parent can feed to the child on a spoon. We have tinctures as well as capsules. Dixie Botanicals is a nice line that we have some interesting products, a nice chew product. We have some tinctures and a wonderful sunscreen. This is made from CBD, but I believe it has a 35 SPF. I use it every day myself, particularly when I go out playing golf. I don't like to wear a hat, and of course I tend to get a burned nose, so the sunscreen works fabulously well. Our pet care line is a new one for us, and certainly we're quite excited about the fact that pets also, like us humans, have an internal endogenous cannabinoid system, and that needs supplementing. And these products work extremely well for many pet owners, and we're quite excited about the emerging pet market in the CBD industry as well.
Great, thank you. Can you tell us about your manufacturing process?
We are unique in that we grow our hemp not here in the U.S., but actually over in Europe. And here they really grow true hemp, which, again, has a nice concentration of CBD, but very, very low concentration of THC. Thus, our initial extraction only requires the one process to be able to provide a product to U.S. and world markets. Unlike here in the U.S., where there are many people who are progressive marijuana growers are now growing maybe a 50-50 mix of THC and CBD. They'll do their extraction, but then they have to do several additional steps to remove the THC to get it down underneath the federal limit, or they just use isolated forms of CBD. And certainly here you're going to get a certain effect, but we really believe when you have all the full spectrum botanicals with all your entourage botanicals, your terpenes, flavonoids, and all the way we're able to do it over in Europe, certainly we get a more magnified effect, what we call a better entourage effect, if you will. And some of our clinical study and research shows even better results than some of the pharmaceutically developed versions of CBD, interestingly enough.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you. How do you extract the CBD?
So our raw product that we harvest over in Europe is then dried and then taken to the extraction facility. And we use a standard CO2 extraction. We believe this provides a great benefit in terms of removing and allowing us to utilize cannabinoids that are extracted with minimal residual toxicity to the consuming public.
Okay, great. How do you ensure the product's quality, purity, and cleanliness?
We were really the first ones to establish this in the industry. We call triple lab testing. So once our crop is harvested, we will test for cannabinoid content. Of course, we test for residual toxicity, which may have occurred during the farming or agricultural process, your pesticides, herbicides, and the rest. We then test for any heavy metal potential contamination and any residual solvents that may have occurred. Once we pass that level, then our extracted CBD-rich hemp oil is brought from Europe here to the U.S., where again, we follow the same laboratory testing procedures, testing for cannabinoid content and then any residual toxicity, your pesticides, herbicides, et cetera. Again, the heavy metal testing, and the rest. And then once we pass that, then we'll make our final products and formulations. We'll test the final product again for any residual toxins that may have occurred during the manufacturing process. And once that's considered to be at our standards, then we release the product to then be sold to the general consuming public. So we do test at 3 stages of the process.
What is your transparency policy?
We believe to be very transparent. Obviously, all of our certificates of analysis are listed up on our website. People can look at get their batch number or scan their QR code, and that'll take you right to our testing. And so people can look at the cannabinoid content. They can see how much CBD, how much THC, and all the other residual toxins tests, including those for heavy metals.
Okay, that's great. What are your recommendations for the new beginner user? Someone who has heard about CBD and is wondering where to start, is worried about legalities, efficacy, and safety issues.
Well, certainly that's a great new emerging trend here in the U.S. CBD, particularly now we have a non-psychoactive form of cannabis to be able to utilize for health and wellness purposes. There have been a great number of people wanting to try our products. Obviously, we want the new users to have a very good experience, so we generally recommend that they start slow. For example, we recommend, just as a dietary supplement, about 50 milligrams of CBD daily for a normal, healthy adult. Of course, many people are challenged with health issues, and just like when you have a cold or a flu, many people take vitamin C prophylactically or just on a daily basis to support health and wellness. And when you've got a cold or a flu, they double or triple up on their vitamin C use to try to knock the cold out. And certainly here with CBD, we find many people taking more than just the 50 milligrams. They'll take 100 or maybe as much as 200 milligrams of CBD daily. And certainly this is something you can gradually work your way up to. But generally, if you start with 50 milligrams of CBD, this is perfectly fine.
Great. Well, thank you so much for showing us around and educating us on your brands and products, Dr. Titus.
Well, it's been a great pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so very much for the opportunity.